Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? We just finished watching UFC Fight Night, Amanda Lemos versus Vernie Jandiroba. It was actually a super good card. I think I said it was going to be a mid card. I take it back completely. We did miss one fight, Brad Tavares versus Jung Young Park. Jung Young Park, after making weight and showing up, was not medically cleared to fight. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that fight, but without further ado, I'm just going to go right into the prelims. We're going to break down the complete card. I'm going to tell you guys what my bets were, my predictions, and kind of just what happened. So on the first fight of the night, I had Muhammad Usman beating Thomas Peterson. Muhammad Usman did end up losing a decision 30-27 very comfortably for Thomas Peterson. I think a lot of people just took the bet, especially me included, because of the Usman name. He just kind of seemed like a big boy. He just kind of seemed like he had some power behind him. It looked like he might not be able to knock out Thomas because Thomas is a big thrower. He likes getting those knockouts. Just didn't end up happening. Thomas Peterson's a lot better than Muhammad Usman, and it kind of fraud checked Muhammad a little bit. Muhammad had nothing. He didn't even shoot. He didn't shoot for one takedown. He just stood on the feet and got pieced up the whole time. And I don't think that's how you beat Thomas Peterson. You have to take him down and you have to lay on him. And Muhammad got taken down. He's just terrible. So it was just a bad fight. I got it wrong. Very unfortunate, but it is what it is. Next on the prelims, we had Luana Carolina versus Lucy Pudilova. I had Carolina winning by decision. She did end up winning by decision. It was very comfortable. She beat Lucy Pudilova. I thought 29-28, I think. I believe it was 29-28, 29-28 with a 30-27 at the end. Carolina looked pretty good. Lucy just looked like shit. She doesn't belong in the UFC, man. The UFC can't be bringing these octagon people in thinking that they're beating, even though they're beating these trash cans that no one has ever heard of, that they're going to end up winning in the UFC in a second stint, by the way, after she lost her first stint 3 in a row, too. Just saying. Luana just beat the shit out of her. Shouldn't even have been even odds. It wasn't even close. Next, on the prelims, we had Trey Ogden versus Loic Radzhabov. I had Trey Ogden winning by decision, long boring decision, or I thought maybe he was going to get submission. He was close a couple times. He was on the back for the first round, got the back the second round, laid on top and mount in the third round, almost got a head and arm triangle. Trey Ogden looked really good, actually. He is really, really good on the ground. He just completely took away all of Radzhabov's plan. Like, he took him down every single time he went in for a fucked up combo. Like, he just, whenever Loic made a mistake, Trey just capitalized. He really wanted to get that submission. He unfortunately just didn't get it. It was a really good decision by Trey. I'm looking forward to seeing him fight again. He should be able to fight again this year. He looks like he's just improving, especially since his last fight with who was the guy he beat? Kurt. Kurt's a very good ground guy too. Like, and he's got big hands. And for Trey to be able to decision him, that's a good win on his book too. So I'm looking forward to Trey like fighting better opposition and being able to get those bigger target fights. Loic, again, dude, all he has is hands. He has nothing else. It just looked bad. Any of his decisions or excuse me, any of his chokes he got were on just lower level competition and not any like decorated grapplers. Trey Ogden just was able to fuck around with him. It was awesome. Next on the prelims, we had Miranda Maverick versus Dione Barboza. I had Miranda Maverick by decision. She did end up winning by decision, and it was 30-27. She beat the shit out of the girl. It was really impressive. She looked like she really improved her game. Dione looked terrible. Like, I don't know. I can't remember. I think she had a good ground position maybe for a little bit, but Miranda Maverick, man, was just able to completely impose her game plan. Like, she just looked the bigger fighter, even though she does not have the height advantage. She just looked clean, man. She looked really, 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 really clean. I'm actually excited to see her fight again. It was really impressive. Her last one was Andre Elite. Yeah, it's a bad win, but that was an impressive win over Dione. Next on the prelims, we had the top of the prelims, Brian Kelleher versus Cody Gibson. I picked Brian Kelleher because I thought Cody Gibson was, like, if you watch his fights, dude, he just fades in the second round. And I thought Brian was going to be able to get to a second round. I thought he was going to be able to probably piece up Cody a little bit in the first round. Brian looked like shit, bro. He had nothing going for him. Cody looked like he should have been a lightweight. He looked like he weighed 155 to 160 pounds. Like, I mean, it was impressive. It was like a standing arm triangle. It was, and then he dropped him to the ground. Afterwards, got it again. Brian he's out of the UFC. I believe that's 4 in a row for Brian Kelleher. The knockout and then the 2 submissions, right? Yeah. Um, Nothing more to say about it. It just wasn't really impressive for Brian. There was literally nothing that happened for Brian. Cody completely dominated the fight, and I was wrong on that. Um, Up until this point, that is the prelims. I bet Luana Carolina, I bet Trey Ogden, and I bet Miranda Maverick by decision. $25 on a free bet won me, I think, $125 or $140, whatever it was. I ended up putting money on Hyder Emil, Doohoo Choi, and Cody Durden. And I'll tell you guys what happened there coming up right now with the main card. First fight of the evening, Hyder Emil versus Jung Young Lee. Korean Tiger, man. I told you guys, Hyder Emil beat the fuck out of him. He's been fighting cans and road to UFC. He hasn't fought anyone like Hyder. Jung rocked him. He landed a very, very good overhand right. Hyder's eyes went in the back of his skull. He backed up for a little bit, and then Hyder just came forward, and in a blitz landed a 38 piece combo and just fucking knocked Jung Lee standing up. Fernie Garcia, I believe, was another standing TKO for Hyder Emil. He has now 2 standing TKOs in a row. Jung Young Lee would not fall to the ground. Hyder was keeping him up with shots. Jung Young Lee looked done. It was not a bad stoppage. It was a very good stoppage. I had Hyder Emil by knockout plus 330. He just looked like the better fighter coming in. And those undefeated guys, man, they have an aura about them. They have more confidence. You have to remember that, and they always have a chin. Next on the main card, a very impressive Doohoo Choi versus Bill Algeo. I said Doohoo Choi is going to knock out Bill Algeo because of the fact that he was beating the shit out of Kyle Nelson. Kyle Nelson knocked out Bill Algeo with some punches and some knees, man. Doohoo Choi beat the fuck out of Bill Algeo, and I was very impressed. First round was very close. I believe it went to Bill personally. Doohoo Choi in the second round pieced up Bill Algeo with literally in the first 2 minutes. I think it was 3 punches from Doohoo Choi, and he rocked at Bill on like 3 of them, like all 3, and he had a cut. Bill started bleeding, and Doohoo Choi just beat the shit out of him, bro. And then 1 punch, Bill Algeo just dropped to the ground, and that was it. It was a left hook to the face. He looked at the ref like, stop. 1 knee to the ground, and that was it. Doohoo Choi won by knockout. I was very impressed. I was very emotional, actually. I got a little excited for the boy. He hasn't won since 2016. Almost 8 years to the date. I believe it's 12 days off. I'm super fucking impressed by my boy. I'm hoping to see him fight again this year, too, because he says he wants to be active and he wants to fight twice this year. So hopefully they give him a good matchup there. Next on the main card, we had Cody Durden versus Bruno Silva. I had Cody Durden by, I believe, decision or knock, whatever I said. I don't remember. Finish, whatever. Cody Durden was winning literally every single second of the fight up until the last 15 seconds. He ate a nasty uppercut from Bruno Silva, knocked Cody Durden's mouthpiece out. He started pissing blood out of the right eye, and I think on the first elbow, Cody Durden was knocked out. He had no mouthpiece. He just ate like fucking 6 elbows to the face. Bruno Silva knocked him out, did a fucking backflip off the cage, and won. I was pretty impressed by Bruno being able to make a comeback like that after Cody Durden was completely dominating him for a round and a half. I'd like to see Cody Durden take some time off after that because it was a pretty bad knockout. He was completely unconscious. But Bruno Silva, man, he needs to be fucking careful because he's kind of shit. And any like normal fighter is gonna beat the fuck out of him. Cody Durden almost finished him too. Whatever. I was upset about it, but it is what it is. I lost with Cody Durden, but I had a bet with Hyder Emil, Doohoo Choi, Miranda Maverick, Trey Ogden. I won like fucking $800 on that. It was crazy. Good. It was like plus 3,000, whatever it was. It's pretty solid. We had next on the main card, Kurt Hollabaugh versus Kainan Kruczewski. I had Kurt Hollabaugh by finish, I think it was, knockout. Kurt won a decision. Kainan almost got knocked out. He was fading in the last round and a half. Kainan had never lost a fight without getting knocked out before. That is why I chose that. Kurt, with the heavy-handed boy, almost fucking finished him. He won a very comfortable decision. He was able to outpoint Kainan. He was able to land the bigger shots. He was able to take him down. He was able to get big reactions out of Kainan. Very impressive boxing. Kurt the Hurt, bro. Fucking A. He better get a nice fight next because he's on a nice little roll. Trey Ogden is a good opponent. He did lose to him. Other than that, he's 6 in a row with exhibition fights, including the Ultimate Fighter. I think he just Needs a little bit harder opposition. Kainan wasn't really proven, dude. He has one, like, he has jungle fights. Like, he's not that good. And he got knocked out by Elsbrenner very quickly. I don't take that to anything. Next, we had the co-main event of the evening. If you guys enjoyed the predictions and the breakdown of the last two videos and the breakdown of this, leave a like and subscribe. I do them every week. I'm going to try to anyway. I try to do a stream every single week, Saturday nights for UFC 2, commentating and breaking down the fight cards. We had Steve Garcia versus Sung Woo Choi. I had Steve Garcia by knockout. I bet some money on round 2 as well, but I want another big chunk of change on this boy. Steve Garcia very quickly knocked out Sung Woo Choi. Rocked him, I think, with the right hand, and then dropped him, and it was over. Steve looked phenomenal. Looked in very good shape. Didn't take his time like he usually does. Sung kind of walked into the fire a little bit, and Steve just... Bro's nickname is Mean Machine. He took advantage, and he beat the shit out of Choi. Choi's probably out of the UFC at this point. I believe, yeah, it's last 4 losses. Steve Garcia on a nice little roll. I think he's, 4 in a row on KOs. Yes, very impressed. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Steve Garcia, Doohoo, Choi, Hyder Emil, top 3 fights of the night, man. Dude, holy shit. I'm still so happy for Choi. It's actually amazing. Last fight of the evening, very unfortunate, but we had Verna Jandiroba versus Amanda Lemos. I had Amanda Lemos by knockout. I thought she was going to be able to keep Verna off of her. She was able to out-scramble first round. Second round was not able to out-scramble Verna. Verna got her in a nice deep, what was it? Rear naked choke, switched the armbar, got the tap with 13 seconds left. Very impressive. Verna looked very good on the ground. I did not, I apologize to Verna Jandiroba. I was not informed of her game. She looked very impressive. She's like, choking out Amanda Lemos is no joke. And Verna Jandiroba was able to do it fucking quick. Very impressed. Very impressed. I think Verna Jandiroba is probably going to be fighting for the title next. I don't know who's the strawweight champion at this point. I believe it's, Alexa Grasso? Wait. UFC champion. Zhang Weili. She can choke out Zhang Weili. I'm telling you right now, Verna Jandiroba, if she fights Zhang Weili, is choking her out. I'm calling it right now. Verna Jandiroba looked very impressive. Amanda Lemos will be back. She is quite old for a woman fighting at, strawweight. But I think she'll be back, and I think she'll be able to get another knockout coming back. Other than that, guys, that's what I have for you. That's the breakdown of Verna Jandiroba, or excuse me, Amanda Lemos versus Verna Jandiroba. It was a very, very good fight card. A lot of people said it was going to be mid as fuck. I said it was going to be mid as fuck. It wasn't mid as fuck. It was bomb as hell. I thought it was very impressive. I thought the card was awesome. I thought Doohoo Choi had a performance of a lifetime. I hope he wins fight of the night. I hope he wins finish of the night. I hope he wins everything. I hope Steve Garcia fights again this year. He barely got touched. I hope he fights in 3 weeks, man. I want to see him again. I hope you boys enjoyed the card. I hope you boys enjoyed the breakdown. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.